Welcome in Oracle Station. With me Nafisa, Informatics Technology, Electronic Engineering Polytechnic Institute of Surabaya. With lecture Rengga Asmara, Eskom OCA. Creating function. Objectives. After completing this lesson, you should be able to do the following. Describe the uses of function, create stored function, invoke a function, remove a function, differentiate between a procedure and a function. Yeah, this is the objective. Overview of stored function. A function is a named PL or SQL block that returns a value. A function can be stored in a database as a schema object for repeated execution. A function is called as part of an expression. Syntax for creating function. This is the syntax of creating function. Create or replace function, function name, in the bracket parameter 1, model data type 1, parameter 2, mod 2, data type, and so on and so on. Return data type is as PL or SQL block. The PL or SQL block must have at least one return statement. Creating a function. There's an editor code to create function with ISQL plus load and execute file.sql. After that, in the Oracle, source code must be compiled to P-code to function created. After that, invoke it. You can see the diagram like this. Creating a stored function by using ISQL plus. Enter the text of the create function statement in an editor and save it as SQL script file. Run the script file to store the source code and compile the function. Use show errors to see compilation errors. When successfully compiled, invoke the function. Creating a store function by using ISQL plus. This is the example. Get salary.sql. This is the syntax you can see here. Keyword is Bitcoin and get sal. Executing function. Invoke a function as part of a PL or SQL expression. Create a variable to hold the return value. Execute the function. The variable will be populated by the value returned through a return statement. Executing function. This is the example. Calling environment 117 and then get sal function like this. First, load and run getSalary.sql file to code the function. This is the syntax. Variable getSalary number, execute getSalary, get sal 117, print getSalary. Advantage of user-defined function in SQL expression. Extend SQL where actives are too complex, too awkward, or unavailable with SQL. Can increase efficiency when used in the where clause to filter data, as opposed to filtering the data in the application. Can manipulate character strings. Invoking function in SQL expression. This is the example, and this is the syntax, and this is the output. You can see like this. Location to call user-defined function. Select list of a select command. Condition of the where and having clauses. Connect by, start with, order by, and group by clauses. Values clause of the insert command, set clause of the update command. Restriction on calling function from SQL expression. To be callable from SQL expression, a user-defined function must be a stored function, accept only in parameters, accept only valid SQL data types, not PL or SQL specific types as parameters, return data types that are valid SQL data types, not PL or SQL specific types. Restriction on calling function from SQL expression. Function called from SQL expressions cannot contain DML statements. Functions called from update or delete statement on table T cannot contain DML on the same table T. Functions called from an update or a delete statement on a table T cannot query the same table. Functions called from SQL statements cannot contain statements that end the transaction. Calls to subprograms that break the preference restriction are not allowed in the function. Restriction on calling from SQL. This is the syntax. Removing function. Drop stored function. Syntax drop function name. Example drop function get cell. All the privilege granted on a function are revoked when the function is dropped. The create or replace syntax is equivalent to dropping a function and recreating it. Privilege granted on the function remain the same when the syntax is used. Procedure or function. Calling environment. In procedure, in parameters, out parameters, in out parameters. Declare begin exception end. Calling environment function only in parameter. Declare begin exception end. This is you can see in the diagram. In the right side one, the arrows is like a looping, and in the left one, you can see the arrows like this. Comparing procedure and function. Procedure execute as a PL or SQL statement, but its function invoked as part of an expression. In procedures, do not contain return clause in the header, but in functions must contain a return clause in the header. Procedure can return none, one, or many values. In a function, must return a single value. It can contain a return statement in procedures, but it must contain at least one return statement in function. Benefits are stored procedures and function. Improved performance, easy maintenance, improved data security and integrity, improved code clarity. Summary. In this lesson, you should have learned that a function is a named PL or SQL block that must return a value. A function is created by using the create function syntax. A function is invoked as part of an expression. A function stored in the database can be called in SQL statements. A function can be removed from the database by using the drop function syntax. Generally, you use a procedure to perform an action and a function to compute a value. This is the practice in this section. Yeah. Thank you for watching my video, and see you.